For more on this, let's bring in retired Las Vegas police lieutenant and founder of the Wounded Blue, Randy Sutton. Randy, welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's an important day.
What is your reaction to this terrible story out of Ferguson, Missouri, and this police officer terribly wounded?
He joins the ranks of so many officers who have been injured and were disabled in the line of duty. Last year, 378 officers were shot, and this year it's going to look like it's about the same. Officers are being injured every single day. Now, here's where this really frustrates me. The Ferguson effect is something that is very, very true in law enforcement. Back then, the greatest lie ever perpetuated on the American people was hands up, don't shoot. It never happened, and yet you will still hear today some politicians and activists quoting that, even though it never happened. That lie created the environment which created rise to the anti-law enforcement movement. This is something that has been perpetuated on the American people, and now we're still seeing the effects. The legacy of those lies have now come to roost, and now another police officer is severely injured. My organization, the Wounded Blue, will be reaching out to them, and we will be offering our services to him and his family. I'm sickened by it.
Let's talk about the 2020 riots when Minneapolis was burning and being looted. Governor Tim Walz was governor. Here is Senator J.D. Vance on his record.
All that, of course, in 2020 with the summer riots with our new vice presidential nominee on the Democratic side. Makes an interesting dynamic duo with Kamala Harris, because as he was promoting rioters and looters burning down the city of Minneapolis, Kamala Harris was helping to bail the rioters and looters out of jail. A really vicious cycle.
How do you assess Governor Walz's performance when Minneapolis was being looted and burned?
Well, dismal would be a kind term. I call the Kamala Harris and Tim Walz ticket the dream team for the criminal class. They are radical leftists that do not want to hold anyone accountable for their crimes. I can tell you this. I have very, very strong contacts in the Minneapolis Police Department. I was in constant contact with them during these riots. They were demanding, they were begging for the National Guard to be deployed. And Walz, who of course has the keys to the kingdom there, just refused to do it. His double talk about it that I listen to now is nonsense. He simply refused to deploy the National Guard for more than 3 days while the city was burning. 3 people dead. $50 or more million in damage, and he did nothing. Not only did he not do anything to suppress it, he basically encouraged it by allowing it to continue without any recourse to the citizens. And now the citizens are facing a public safety crisis because the Minneapolis Police Department has about half of the people that they had, because cops were severely injured in that as well. So right now, if the American people care about public safety, you better look at Harris and Walz as literally the dream team for the criminal class.
There is scrutiny of Harris's record as a DA in San Francisco, also as Attorney General of California. A former Los Angeles County District Attorney says Harris does not deserve all the credit she's getting when she was Attorney General. Let's play him.
She's got nothing to brag about. And you mentioned crime rate went down when she was Attorney General. That wasn't because of her. Those were district attorneys all over the state of California doing their job under the law and following the law. She has not been known to be all that much of a follower of the law.
Lieutenant, is that fair, or does she deserve some credit?
No, that's very fair. I call her a shapeshifter. If it's convenient for her to now tout her, I was a prosecutor, I put people in jail. Well, your office may have put some people in jail. Her record is dismal as well. But she's shown who she really is after the 2020 riots, when she voiced support for the defund the police movement. You can't be both things, as well as her literally bailing out, putting a bail fund together that would allow violent criminals back onto the street. So, actions are what speak much louder than words, and her words are something you may as well discount anyway. So when it comes down to this ticket, this is America beware.
Lieutenant Randy Sutton, thanks for your service in law enforcement, and it's great to see you here in Washington today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.